Many people are slowly joining the call. Yes, so Administrator, what is the subject for today's discussion? The subject of today's discussion is what is the difference between thoughts and mind? Don't take it as a very uh, light discussion. Don't think, oh, so simple. What a simple ask air session. Difference between thoughts and mind. If you know this difference, then you are enlightened. Not just know it, knowing it and putting it in practice. Come on, so let's start. So who are the ones who would like to go? Let me see the names. Okay, we have got Rajendra. Yes, Rajendra, let us start with you. What is the difference between thoughts and the mind?
Shivam sir,
Sir,
I think thoughts are the source of emotions that are generated due to our past karmas, and mind is the uncontrolled collector of thoughts.
both complicated. For somebody to understand, very complicated. Try to simplify it and come back. Ashok Nichani.
Okay, okay, sir.
Both, it's not very simply understood. Ashok Nichani.
Shivam Sarji.
Sir.
Sarji, first of all, the truth is there is no mind.
Very good. Good analogy. Yes.
And if you assume, if you take mind, mind is a factory, and the thoughts are the raw material which are manufactured in this factory.
Raw material. Okay. Then it's not the raw material. Thoughts are the
raw material in which to be manufactured in the factory.
So they are products. It is the product.
Yeah. That's a good word, Sarji.
Yeah. Then, so you are saying, but in practically, in your life, what do you find a difference between thoughts and mind? Is the mind thought? Is the thought mind? What is the difference? Why should we understand the difference? How does it help our life? How does it help our spirituality? This is the core of this discussion. Deepa. Oh, Deepa, after a long time, Deepa is talking. Yes, Deepa. What is the difference between thoughts and mind?
Shivam Guruji.
Sure.
There is no difference. Thoughts are mind.
Okay, very interesting. Very interesting. So thoughts are mind and mind is thoughts.
Yes.
And there's no difference.
No, there is no difference.
Suppose there is a thought and there is no mind. Possible?
Yeah, possible. If one thought it comes from intellect.
Then how can the thought be mind? Then there is no mind.
No, thoughts, plural, thoughts are mind. One thought is not mind. It is coming from mind, intellect.
Correct. One thought is not mind. But mind is what?
Thoughts.
Mind is only thoughts. Good. So you've been attending calls every day. You've been attending the calls. So you
yes.
know, mind is only thoughts. But thoughts may not be mind. This is what you are saying.
No, one thought, if one thought or one thought is coming, then it's not mind. Many thoughts are coming, it's mind.
That's what we are trying to understand today. We are trying to get to that point. What is the difference between the thoughts and the mind?
There is no difference according to me.
You are telling the difference, but the mind is not letting you make out the difference. You just now told the difference.
No, if one thought is coming, okay. It's coming from.
Wait,
yes.
Let me ask you a question and leave you to think. Is the ocean wave?
No.
Is the wave ocean?
Yes.
So like that we have to think, na?
Okay.
The ocean, no doubt that the ocean creates the wave, and the wave is part of the ocean. So like that, when you try to understand what is the mind and what are thoughts, please contemplate. You must get to the root of this. Okay, so don't go away. Krishna.
Oh.
Krishna Rutanu Raji. Krishna Rutanu Raji. Come on, interesting discussion. The game is on.
Shivoham.
Shivoham.
Ashok Nichanji, yeah, you have taught us there is no mind,
There is no mind. You're saying there is no mind.
first of all. But then what is the difference between there is no mind?
Then
But thought can be there. Thought can be in consciousness also. When there are fewer thoughts where
correct.
then we are in consciousness. But
Correct.
when there is a bunch of thoughts, brings another thought, and then there is an avalanche of thought which push you out, push you to, samsara or drain or whatever. It takes control of us. Then that mind created. And imagine it, the mind which is not there, we become a victim of something which is not there because of our ignorance, perhaps. But if you have only one or two thought, then you are in consciousness. And so for me, mind is something which is not there. And then if you ask me, then what is thought? I would like to say it is a powerful energy which can take us to consciousness.
But we are trying to ask
One
the
thought, two
difference.
thought.
We are
Otherwise,
only asking the difference between, see how your mind is confusing you. We are only asking the difference between thought and mind.
it's a thought. Thought can be an energy in consciousness. One thought, two thought, it is in consciousness. But when there is a bundle of thought, but mind is not there. I would prefer to say mind is not there. But it is just like saying we
How
breathe
can you say,
and
how can you say mind is not there when all the time mind is there?
no, that is when there is a bundle of thoughts. No, when there is a good show, there is a just like he said, a thought factory, when it pushes you, it is just like saying we breathe air, the gentle breeze comes, we enjoy. But if it is a storm, it is destructive. It is the
So yesterday I got a new thought. Can I confuse you a little bit? I'm asking you. You can do whatever you want to do, right?
yes,
So pull your nose. Raise your hand. Stop breathing. Stop. Completely stop and stop. Don't breathe. Stop breathing. Can you do?
yeah,
No, you can't. You keep on stop breathing means stop. Stop, completely stop breathing.
yeah. That means, yeah, I have got the answer. Thoughts we
What?
can control, mind we cannot control.
No, that will come later. Can you stop? Yesterday, I think all of you missed the Monday night. Only few people came for the Monday night program. Only all. So, can you stop breathing?
No,
So, who's breathing then? If you can, if you are breathing, then you can stop breathing.
yes,
But you are not breathing.
yeah,
Now, this is a thought,
yes,
but this is not mind. This
yeah,
thought came in my consciousness.
yes.
What are the difference between now? Just now, I gave you an example of a thought, which is a conscious thought. It came in consciousness. What is the difference between thought and mind?
Yes, sir. That is what in consciousness you're thinking, which will evolve you further. But mind will is more destructive. It will
Then
take you
say,
to
then say that now instead of saying there is no mind when we are talking right now, there is what is it? See, ultimately there is no mind. That is the analysis we will come to. But as we are living, there is mind. Na? If there was no mind, then there would be no janma, there would be no karma. We would not have been born only. Na? Who is born?
sir. But you have okay. Then I can tell you, mind. Mind. If it, you cannot control the mind. That is why we are asked to still the mind and calm the mind. But thoughts we can control if you are in consciousness.
Think little harder. I want some dynamic answers. So many masters in this call. Today this call is going like thanda. My coffee is garam. But the call is thanda. Come on, I want some hot answers. What is the difference between thoughts and what is the difference between thoughts and mind? Both exist.
As you said, the energy of wave in the ocean, one thought and many thoughts.
Okay, that's a good answer. That's a good answer. Ruth Anu, let me hear Ruth Anu. What do you have to say, Ruth Anu?
Shivam Guruji.
Yes. I can't hear you. Come on.
When
Now tell.
yes, yes, Guruji. Guruji, when we are in consciousness, then a single thought comes, it's a thought. But
Yeah.
when there's a bundle of thoughts, mind appears.
Good. Good answer. So what is the difference?
A single thought is when we are in consciousness, and bundle of thoughts become mind,
So what is the difference?
appear
That's all,
as mind.
that's all the differences?
Yes.
There are more differences. For example, the mind is destructive. A thought can be constructive. I'm giving you a difference. I want differences from you.
I was also
The,
thinking about it. What
the
would be
mind
positive?
the mind is always destructive. The thought can be constructive. Okay, Raji, Sukeshini, Rumataji, Chidanand, Vanita, Uma, Raj, Bliko. Oh, so many. Come on.
Shivam Guruji,
Shivam,
thoughts,
Raji.
if it is a single thought, then it is in consciousness. Bundle of thoughts, that is mind, which appears. That is mind is not there, but it appears. So bundle of thoughts means in mind state, we should be in consciousness state. So that is a difference in between.
Can a single thought also be mind?
No. Single thought cannot be mind.
Why not?
Single thought means we will be in intellect, and it is not in ignorance. We can think.
But suppose single thought also is there in the mind, possible or no?
Not possible.
Okay, good. You're in consciousness. So at least you're able to answer. Because when a single thought comes, there is no mind. The moment there is a single thought, the mind doesn't appear. The mind, just now what you all said, the mind appears. The mind appears only when thoughts pour like rain and they make us miserable again and again, then only the mind appears. Otherwise, there is no mind. So let us ask, good, Raji, good answer. Sukeshini. Sukeshini.
Good evening, sir. So
Yes.
when you say thoughts, if you are in ignorance, then it's mind. So bundle of thoughts becomes mind. So there is no difference that way. But if in consciousness, if a number of thoughts are there, with intellect, you can differentiate. So that does not become mind. But even a single thought with negativities, that can be mind.
No, now tell in clear English. When you tell like this, then nobody understands what you're saying. Now tell clearly what you're saying.
I mean, when there is thoughts, and when you are in a negative state of mind, number of thoughts, that becomes mind. Mind appears. But even a single thought can be mind if it is destructive. And even a number of thoughts, when it is positive, that cannot be a mind if you are in consciousness.
Location. Can I have hot, cold coffee? I'm having coffee. I'm telling you, I'm having hot, cold coffee. What do you feel? I'm having hot, cold coffee.
If it is cold coffee, it has to be cold.
But I'm having hot, cold coffee.
You cannot.
See, so suddenly I'm having coffee and I'm thinking. I'm getting a thought having coffee also. But when I'm having a thought having coffee, this is not the mind. This is not the mind that's getting the thought. It is the thought that's coming in my consciousness, and I started thinking, how can I have hot, cold coffee? Can I have cold, hot coffee?
No, sir.
Why can't I have cold, hot coffee? Tell me. Give me a cup of cold. I told my dearest, give me a cup of cold, hot coffee. Possible?
You can imagine that one. Can visualize.
Cannot visualize. It's something beyond visualization. Only you can visualize. Okay, Shri? I cannot. I am not capable of visualizing. So come back. What is the difference between the subject today? Thoughts,
And it is
and mind.
plural. Mind appears. So there's
See,
no difference.
why I'm asking you all this question? Why we are spending a full Askya session on this? Because we must contemplate. Whereas, see, when the mind is there, do you know? Do you know something?
Yes, sir.
When there is mind, there is no thought.
Yeah, because you are in consciousness.
No, when there is mind,
Sorry,
I'm
we
saying.
are in mind state.
So when there is mind, I'm telling you something new I've never told before. When there is mind, there is no thought. Now you think what I'm telling and tell me whether you understand, whether you are not understanding me or I am not understanding you. Rumata ji, bataiye. Today, Sukesh is completely confused today. Let me.
Pranam Guruji.
Pranam Mataji,
Pranam
boliye.
Guruji, Shivoham.
Shivoham.
Guruji, you always tell na, when one thought comes, then let it, like a fish, swim in the sea slowly. Let
In the
it pass.
consciousness.
Let
in
it
this.
go and pass. But when the clutter of thoughts are there, then the mind appears. वो आपका भजन है ना, मन रे तू काहे को शोर करे. So clutter of thoughts create the mind, and then we are in trouble.
वो शायर कल बोला ये गाना लिखने के लिए. Shair, he's not there today. I think Shair is gone for holiday. Shair, he told yesterday, you please write this song. I said, which song? He said, मन रे तू काहे ना धीर धरे. I said, हमने तो गाना 5 साल पहले लिख दिया है. 5 years old. हाँ, मन रे तू काहे को शोर करे, ख्यालों में मुझको तू क्यों डुबाता, शांति क्यों चुराए, मन रे. Oh, mind. See, when there is mind, actually, although the mind is full of thoughts, there is no thought. Because the thought, you are caught in that thought of the mind. That is when it becomes the mind, because the thoughts are pouring like rain and they make you miserable again and again. Where is the thought? There's no chance of thinking. That's why the whole world, we are confused about thinking. Thinking is good, thinking is bad, thoughts are good, thoughts are bad, which thought is good, which thought is bad, mind is good mind, bad mind. We are all confused, completely confused. Therefore, today's session. Siddhanand, let us see what Master tells us. Siddhanand, difference between thoughts and mind. He will give some Sanskrit explanation, I think. Yes, sir.
No. Shivam Guruji.
Sure.
Thoughts are of, because we have got the ability to think, the thoughts come. And the thoughts are actually of 8 types: verbal, positive, negative, analytic, constructive, destructive, etc. But when they bundle up together, it becomes a mind. And mind, as you rightly said, it is a sort of an emotional bundle of thoughts. And where thinking comes to an end, because thinking will always give rise to a different singular thoughts. There are 8 types of thoughts. But when the thoughts bundle up, then it becomes a mind. It becomes out of control. When any type of thought comes, positive, negative, in intellect, in consciousness, we can deal with it and do something about it, or just deal with it. But mind, it becomes a big task, in fact. So there is a clear difference. Thought is singular thoughts, but mind is definitely destructive.
Even though we say thoughts, we are referring to thought.
A string of thoughts. Thought. But it is a controllable or manageable thinking process.
Our problem is with the thought, or the problem is with the mind?
Problem is with the mind. Because mind, it bundles up. So suddenly when everything bundles up as a wave, then you have to deal with the pressure and this thing and fight the wave.
I asked the team just now to stop breathing. Can you stop breathing?
Of course not. Similarly, thoughts will come because human
If
mind
you
has
are,
got the ability.
if you cannot stop breathing, that means you are not the one who's breathing. Who's the one who's breathing?
Breathing is
If
a
you are
part of
not,
is
no,
a,
so this is a new thought, right? If I tell you to stop breathing and you can't stop breathing, that means you are not breathing.
Of course
Then
not.
who's breathing?
Then I have to go back to my Sanskrit Shastra and say it is prana. So Pancha Prana does its job. So there are 5 koshas. Each kosha will do its job.
So
And
you
all
have
this
to
is in
think
ignorance.
this. I'm leaving you all with a new thought today, and this thought is not mind. This came in the bhajan yesterday when I was singing the bhajan yesterday. In the bhajan, I got this flash in the temple. So thought is good to ponder upon. Only when you ponder on thought can there be anubhuti, can there be enlightenment. Thought is not bad. But when thought becomes thought, it's no more thought, it becomes the mind.
It loses the color of thought. Yeah, it becomes a mind.
And the moment it becomes mind, so example, there's, I think this is quite a rare session we have had where we have talked about difference. We never had a session like this, I think. I'm not sure. Look, have we had session? Difference of thought and mind. I don't know. This is the first time we are contemplating something very deep. So good, Chidanand. Chidanand has given us some clarity. Vanita, Uma, Raj, Bliko. Let's see whether anybody else, any other wondrous thought, any other amazing thought.
No, he's already said that. Shiva Guruji.
What thought? Your thought is already kidnapped, hijacked, is it?
Yes, yes. I
Kidnapped.
will only add this. When you are in consciousness, the mind is quiet.
There is no mind, correct.
But the thought that flows from chain of events or objects, it is identified as mind. But the same thought to contemplate, that cannot be labeled as mind.
Correct. It's not mind. No.
It's not mind.
The moment you are in a contemplative thought,
yes,
you are in consciousness, you are in intellect, you are in discrimination, you are in a state of discrimination.
Yeah.
Be very clear. When you are in a thought state, it's okay. When you're in a mind state, you are a slave.
Yes.
It will take you to your grave. You have to be brave to kill the mind before the mind kills you. So today we are trying to differentiate thoughts, mind, thoughts, mind, thoughts, mind. Mind becomes the boss. It rides our horse. Great loss. Thought can come gently and say, Master, oh my master, I present myself to you. Please contemplate. Nothing wrong. Sometimes we are afraid of thoughts, but we are not afraid of the mind. We are doing exactly the opposite. We are afraid of thought. You don't have to be afraid of thought. Yes. But you have to be afraid of mind. Mind can make you blind. Uma Natraj. Thank you. Uma Natraj, Raj Bliko.
Yeah, I'm not alone. God is always with me. Namaste,
yes.
Guruji.
Namaste.
So when we are mindful of our thoughts, mind comes to picture. And like you said, mind is...
How can when you become mindful of your thoughts, mind does not come in the picture.
Okay.
When you become mindful of your thought, the mind disappears.
Okay.
See, what is mindful? Mindful means aware. Mindful means being conscious. Okay. When you become conscious of a thought, that means you are caught in that one thought. You are contemplating. There's no mind. Okay. When the mind comes, it's like a tap of water. What is the thought? It's a drop of water. What is the mind? It's a tap of water. What is the difference between a drop of water and a tap of water?
Tap of water, it keeps flowing.
It will flow and make you go. It will just go on. It's gushing and pushing. But a drop of water will come and sit. If I take a syringe and drop a drop of water on my hand like this, it will sit like a crystal. Like a crystal, it will sit on my hand. That one drop of water will shine like a crystal.
And it will stay there
Yeah.
unless you
And
drop
then,
it.
ah, how one have you take when you take medicine from a little bottle, and you take drop. They tell you 3 nose drops. How the nose drop? You take tuck tuck eye drop. One eye drop. It's like that. So it's very important. I'm just saying, if I don't have a dropper here. So we have to see, Uma, as long as you are a master of your mind, then the thought will drop, 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 drop. But when the mind is your master, it will gush and it will flush. It will just gush you and flush you. You get the
have to be
point?
the master of the mind.
Yeah, when you are the master of the mind, you become a monk. In that state of monk, the thought will ask your permission. Madam Uma Natraj, can I come in? The mind, it doesn't knock on the door. It comes uninvited and pushes you on the floor. Push it out and shut the door. Where the mind is concerned, it will not knock at the door, but thought will knock at the door. Thought will come and say, talk, talk, talk. Madam Uma, can I come? Yes, tell me, what is it?
So we can entertain the thoughts, but we should not entertain the mind.
Good. We must entertain the thought in our consciousness. We should let our intellect entertain the thought.
Okay.
Not we should, the intellect should.
Mhm.
Then every thought that, today only I was having a meeting. And I had a meeting, and in the meeting I said, this project I'm rejecting. I said this project today is rejected. Then after that was the thoughts were telling thought. Then my consciousness told, but give it fair, give the project a fair hearing. And I was listening, and then it turned from a completely rejected project. Something came around. How? My mind had already rejected the project. My mind had completely rejected the project in mind state. But when it came back to thought, the intellect said the project has some merit. So I'm just guiding you on how we should deal. Raj, bolo Raj.
Namaste.
Thank you, Uma. I hope it is helping you all. See, it's very important, all of you. Hello. It's very important for you to be conscious of the mind versus thought. When are you in mind state? Because when you're in the mind state, you are not the boss. The mind is riding the horse. But when you are in intellect state, then the intellect has put a dam. And then the thought is coming drop, 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 drop. Raj.
शिवम गुरुजी,
Sir.
मैं इसको अलग तरीके से सोचने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ।
बोलिए।
तो बेसिकली 4th तरीके की इंटेलिजेंस होती है योगा के थ्रू अगर समझने की कोशिश की जाए। इसे बोला जाता है मनस, अहंकार, बुद्धि और चित्त। ये 4
हाँ।
इंटेलिजेंस होती है हमारी। मनस
हाँ।
क्या होता है? मनस बेसिकली कलेक्शन ऑफ मेमोरीज होती है। बहुत प्रकार की मेमोरीज होती है, जैसे एवोल्यूशनरी मेमोरी,
आपको किसने कहा ये सब?
ये मैंने पढ़ा था कोई तो बुक में।
ना, गलत है, गलत है।
हाँ, तो
मनस इज माइंड।
यस।
और चित्त जो आप बोल रहे हैं, इसको बोलते हैं स्मृति। बिकॉज दो तरह के चित्त है। एक चित्त आप जो बोल रहे हैं, इसको चित्ता बोलते हैं। मन, बुद्धि, चित्ता, अहंकार।
हाँ।
In English, mind, intellect, ego, and memory.
Yes.
These are the 4 aspects of the antahkarna, the inner instrument. जो भी किताब आप पढ़ रहे हैं, please be careful, वो आपको गलत सिखा रहा है.
Okay.
Just watch the kitab, and if you would like to bring it further for discussion, अभी जो बोल रहे हैं, I don't want you to be carried away with the wrong text. कभी-कभी wrong text लोग बोलते हैं. See, the mind, let me tell you, The memory is a different faculty. जो memory है, ये ख्यालों का, we are able to register thoughts in the memory. Then we have
Yes.
to recall. Then we can recall the thought. कभी कभी आपके मेमोरी में एक थॉट है लेकिन वो याद नहीं आ रहा है वो अरे यार मैं बहुत कोशिश कर रहा हूँ वो याद एक आपने एक आदमी को देखा अरे इसका नाम क्या है अरे मैंने इसको 50 बार में मिला उसका नाम क्या है नाम नहीं आ रहा है 50 बार मिला उसके आदमी से उसका नाम नहीं आ रहा है आज होता नहीं होता है
Yes, yes.
तो वो मेमोरी अटक गया
Yeah.
so these are the 4 aspects of the antahkarna, the inner instrument. So please I request you to read that again and come back. Okay, Bliko.
Okay.
Bliko, thank you, Raj. Bliko, thoughts and mind. I'm sure we'll have a new perspective now.
Shivoham, everybody. So mind is misery, ignorance,
Good.
negativity, and desire.
Good.
This thing creates mind.
Good.
These are the very dangerous things. And when the mind comes, intellect get crowded, and you have no access to consciousness because
Good.
you are in the mind state. The
Good.
consciousness is the other side. So
Good.
you are totally out of it.
Good.
So thoughts are good, but when it becomes mind, you are gone because consciousness is gone. Your intellect will become what do you call inactive.
So
or
on all
dormant.
thoughts, I'm questioning you. Beautiful, beautiful perspective. So I'm now questioning you. What you said about the mind is 100% correct. Mind is misery, ignorance, negativity, and desire. But I'm asking you a question. Are all thoughts good?
All thoughts are not good. That
Then
requires intellect. To discriminate.
now you got it right.
Intellect is required to discriminate thought and allow only the required thoughts. Then only you will progress and you will have access to consciousness.
Correct.
Otherwise, you will go into the mind state and you will get miserable.
Correct. Good.
Yeah,
Good.
that is what I.
Very good. So the moment when it is a mind state, even the good thoughts become corrupt.
Oh, yeah, correct. Because mind will give you 5, 6 more thoughts, and it will dilute that good thought, and it
In the
will
mind,
drag you towards the.
Suppose you're coming for Zoom call, mind will tell you bakwas hai yaar, chodo yaar, don't come. Even
Today is
good
okay,
thought,
yeah, if you don't.
good thought, हाँ, क्या होता है? Today is New Year Day, ना? You don't have
You
to.
know what? I should tell you one thing, which I never tell you. I came from night shift. Finished my night shift, 7 o'clock. Whole night I am not slept. I took shower for this call. I just sit down for some meditation for some time, and if I get sleepiness, I'll again wash my hair, face, and then get ready for this call every day. For 2 weeks, I have the night shift, so I do this, and it is very interesting to know that when you are loving something from inside, this thing doesn't matter. Tiredness, sleep, nothing. I am as fresh as I slept for 8 hours. So this is a what you like. You can control your thoughts, and your consciousness will allow you to do whatever you want to do.
Provided you're unconsciousness. But if like you said, if it is the mind will say chodo 2 weeks.
It's okay. Yeah.
2
Today
weeks.
I'm very tired. Yeah.
Thank you, Bliko. Komal, Krishna, Tanu, Mandeep. I think Komal first round, Krishna second round. Rutanu say Komal and Mandeep, then second round.
Namaste.
Yes.
Namaste, Shivoham, everybody. I think everything is covered as such, but a different line came to the mind, so which I wanted to speak. Like it came like in my one thought to know you, all others melted away. So it's the difference. All others means thoughts of the material world, thoughts of Boga. One thought of consciousness melts away all other thoughts. So mind and consciousness.
That what you're saying is that one intellectual discriminated thought is able to resolve all the mind. The mind gets dissolved.
Mind will get melted away if we concentrate on that one thought of consciousness.
So today's call is making us realize how dangerous the mind is and how powerful a thought can be. Up till today, we never gave importance to thought. Today, we have a new learning
Yeah.
Don't think the thought is mind. Thought is not mind.
So that confusion is cleared today. Like
Today
we
is very
were-
important. Please value every thought may be coming from SIP.
Yeah.
The thought, if
We
you
have
are
to
in
entertain that thought.
yeah,
It's
the
not
thought,
that we don't have to entertain any thought. We were thinking mind is a bundle of thoughts. So all thoughts should be
no,
discarded.
mind is a bundle of thought, but see,
Yes,
this is the
but
this is
a different type of thought can.
this is the confusion.
Yeah.
Mind is bad, mind is bundle of thought, but thought is not bad. How?
Because
How
if
when
that
all
thought is
when
of
mind is bad, how
consciousness,
can thought
we
be
cannot
good?
control thought. So thought will come, but let that type of thought only come.
So be clear, be absolutely clear what you are saying. A thought needs discrimination, needs contemplation, needs intellectual attention, but the mind does not permit it. The mind, for what? Who said? Who told it fogs the intellect? Whose word was that? I'm not sure. Because it fogs the intellect. The minute the mind,
Clouds the intellect.
then there's no thought. Then there's only mind. I mean, it is mind is a bundle of thoughts.
Yoga and
but then,
Bhoga difference also comes here.
no, mind is a bundle of thoughts, but there is no thought.
Right.
Mandeep.
Shivam Guruji.
Yes,
So I somehow feel that mind is like a season and thoughts are like weather. It's a very transient thing. Like a thought comes to you and how clouds come. Like sky is the consciousness that is constantly there. But then clouds come like thoughts. And if you associate yourself with those thoughts, good, bad, whatever, and you float around with those thoughts, then you lose the essence of the consciousness. So you have to,
Why? But why? If you are only floating with one thought at a time, then what happens?
So I have also observed one thing. Whenever you are in negative mindset, the thoughts speed increases. Whenever you're talking about gossiping about someone, thoughts tend to come to you really fast. When you talk good stuff, like when you talk good about someone, you limit that in one or two thoughts and one or two lines. So that also I've noticed about the thoughts. Whenever
Yes.
you're anxious, whenever you are unsettled in life, your thought speeds increases because
So when
your
the thought,
mind is uncontrolled.
when the thought speed increases, what happens?
Your mind becomes really heavy and
No,
hazy.
only then the mind is created.
So I feel it's like intellect is like like how a barrage of water tank is there. Intellect stops that and it channelizes the flow of the water. But when you lose that intellect, the mind becomes uncontrollable and it just becomes uncontrollable. It becomes very fast. So I think we should work upon our intellect. We should differentiate between, like, some of the emails that you get are spam emails. Similarly, some of the thoughts that you get are spam thoughts. So you have to differentiate between spam thoughts and the thoughts that really you should work upon.
But understand one important thing. The problem is this. The problem, Mandeep, is when the mind is active, then the intellect cannot stop the mind. You just said something which is opposite. Be careful. You are saying the intellect should stand up to stop the mind. The intellect cannot stand up to stop the mind. Because the intellect is a sharp knife. It's a very sharp knife. It can discriminate. But it has to discriminate when the mind is still and you're in a state of consciousness. Then the intellect is activated. The intellect is not powerful enough. I hope you're getting what I'm trying to say. The intellect is not a powerful tool to stop the mind. The intellect is a powerful tool to discriminate thought. Are you getting the difference, what I'm telling you?
Yeah.
So our challenge, I think you came in late. I told people just now. You were not there in the call. If I tell you remove your glasses, can you remove your glasses? Yeah. Now I'm telling you stop breathing. Can you stop breathing? You can't.
For a while.
You can just but I'm not saying for a while. I'm saying just stop breathing.
Okay. No, I can't.
Because you can remove your glasses because you are removing the glasses, but you are not breathing. Somebody else is breathing inside you. Who is that one breathing inside you?
That consciousness.
Think about it. So this is a thought. This is not mind. Now this is a thought. Now the intellect comes to play and starts to discriminate. I
No,
gave
but
this to
Krishi,
many.
my understanding was like intellect is like our parent, and mind is like a child. And if the child is running here, there, everywhere, parent, if it's strong, parent, if the parent is really strong and expressive, then the parent can stop that child. But if parent is very submissive, then the parent can't.
Yeah, but the analogy is that the intellect has to be developed, and the
Yeah.
intellect can deal with individual independent thoughts like drops of water, but not the tap of water. This is what you missed in a little bit. We spoke very interesting. Hope you will be able to watch it on Facebook. But you cannot. The moment there's a flow of mind, intellect becomes deactivated. Intellect cannot face it with a strong mind. We all have intellect, but our intellect becomes disillusioned, becomes deactivated. Think about it. Rajendra, do we have time? Okay, we have little time. Rajendra bolo. Rajendra, Premchand ji, Krishna, Rutanu. Ajitek.
Sir,
Ajitek come back after a long time. Ajitek, yes.
when in consciousness, the intellect is activated, and the thoughts remain subservient to the intellect.
Correct.
They remain discriminative. They remain controlled, and there is no scope of mind to appear.
Correct.
So when we are not in consciousness, the thoughts come and go. It can become clutter, and the mind can appear, and which is non-productive, and which becomes a misery or agony for us.
What you just now said, I'm just putting it in the words. When you are not in control, the mind is control, you are a slave.
Yeah, we become slave.
When there is no mind, when the thoughts are coming and submitting to the intellect, then the intellect is the boss and it discriminates.
It controls you.
Yeah, even Mandeep was trying to say the same thing. Okay, we have to close quickly. Thank you, Rajendra. Premchand ji, Premchand, Krishna, Rumata ji, Ajitek. Bole Premchand ji.
Shivam Gurudev.
Shuram.
Thoughts. So far, if these are not the product of the misery of the mind, then we should be, if we are very careful about our consciousness, then we must listen the thought produced by our,
Of course, because even to say, I
yes,
am
sir.
SIP, even to say,
Yes, sir.
I am SIP is a thought. It's a thought.
But it is a positive thought.
It
is not the misery of mind.
It is not mind. It is not mind, it is thought.
It is thought. So it will come.
So thought is good. Unless we contemplate on thought.
Yes, sir.
We cannot have the anubhuti. You cannot have the realization.
Yes, sir. Time will come. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Krishna, Rutanu, Ajitek.
Yes, sir. So, yeah.
Bolo. Yes, Krishna.
Yeah. Sir, we understood the number of thoughts makes a huge difference. That's what the understanding of today's thought is. If you have many thoughts, you are gone. You have lost control over your mind. And if you have one thought, you become the boss. I understood that, but I have few questions to ask. For example, poetry. It is a flow of thoughts. It's one thought after the other thought. So and then why do people say mind power? You have to be mentally strong. All that is not right.
Cannot be mentally strong.
So that is a wrong word.
That is completely wrong.
Yeah.
Completely wrong.
So the power you are getting is your thought power.
You can have thought power, but not mind power. This whole world is the problem is this: the whole world has made mind the king.
Right.
When the reality, mind is a cause of suffering. Thought is good. You need thought power. Thought, see, this is where there's no contemplation by the people who write. They say they mix up mind and thoughts. No, don't mix up mind and thought. Mind is misery, ignorance, negativity, desires. Thought is needed. You need thought to contemplate. Every thought has precious value.
Right. Right.
Today, for the first time, we are bringing the importance of thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
If
So
I'm asking you a simple question.
Yeah.
If there was no thought,
Right.
then what's the job of the intellect?
Yeah. True. Yes.
Then,
So-
then the intellect is jobless.
Right, right. So all the while when the call was going on, I was thinking, so what is thought? Is it energy? Is it energy? And so when you were saying about power, thought is also power. So thought has become the immortal power. The
Krishna, thought, what is breath?
Right.
Breath is breath.
Yes.
What is thought?
Energy. Power.
Thought is thought. You cannot say what is apple?
Apple.
Apple is apple. Don't say what is apple.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is apple juice? What is apple juice?
Apple juice.
No, apple juice is the juice you get out of the apple.
Okay.
But apple is apple.
Right.
Ruth, Ruth, and any more questions, write them down. Don't forget and keep them for tomorrow. Ruth, Anu.
Shivam Guruji,
Follow.
thoughts bundle of thoughts can bring out the devil inside us.
A bundle of thoughts becomes mind, na. Bundle of thoughts is the devil.
बंडल ऑफ थॉट्स जो है वो इंटेलेक्ट को भी चुप करा देते हैं.
अब मार देता है उसको.
हाँ.
इंटेलेक्ट काम ही नहीं कर सकता है.
Yes, it overpowers intellect.
It's like a dam. I think Mandeep was asking this. It's like a dam. When the river's in flood and you try to build a dam, you can't build a dam. It'll gush away the dam. Ajitek, come on.
It will not work. It only works in one instance.
Ajitek and Swarupa. Swarupa is new. Ajitek and Swarupa. We'll close with these two and tomorrow. Bolo Ajitek.
Shivam, sir.
Bolo
Shivam.
Ajitek.
Sir, I have heard that there is a family group there on WhatsApp. Can I join that group?
I do not know which is the family group, but I can put your name. I think I can put your name to them to contact you.
Because you were saying 2 days before, so I heard that.
क्या है family group? मुझे अभी भी समझ में नहीं आते हैं क्या है. कोई some of the members have called themselves AiR family and they have started a group. So you can. I will give them your number also. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Please send me a WhatsApp message. Please make me join family. Then I will give them your number. I am not part of the group.
I messaged you 2 days earlier also. Today also.
Or I will do it. I will
okay. I'll send it again. Okay, Shivam sir.
Thank you. Family group has become more important than Zoom now. Every day I'm getting requests. आप लोग family group में क्या magic करें आप लोग? Huh? I don't know what magic you're doing in the family group. I'm getting so much demand in family group. I also should join. I should also become member of family group. Yes, Swarupa, please tell me.
शिवोहम गुरुजी.
शिवोहम.
मैंने कुछ दिनों पहले एक मोबाइल पे रील देखी थी. कृष्णा सीरियल का जो एक पार्ट था वो देखा था. तो उसमें कृष्णा अर्जुन को बोल रहा है कि मन बड़ा चंचल है, वो हर तरफ भागता रहता है, तो तुम्हें पकड़ को उसको प्लेस पे लाना है. तो एज पर इस डिस्कशन का मुझे ये रिजल्ट लग रहा है कि माइंड इज चंचल, मीन्स दैट एवरी टाइम इट्स रन फ्रॉम द जहाँ पे उसको रहना चाहिए वहां पे नहीं, बट थॉट्स आर द ओनली थिंग विच कंट्रोल्स द माइंड. मतलब उसको जगह पे लाते हैं बिकॉज माइंड गिव्स इमोशंस एंड दैट इमोशंस कन्वर्ट इन आवर एनर्जी विच मतलब हम जो काम करते हैं उसमें भी वो एनर्जी जाती है. अगर माइंड मतलब हम इमोशनली डिप्रेस हैं तो वो एनर्जी काम में जाती है, अगर मोटिवेटेड हैं तो फिर वो एनर्जी हमारे काम में आती है. तो थॉट्स आर कंट्रोलिंग माइंड, मीन्स लाइक मनदीप सर ने भी कहा था कि माइंड इज चाइल्ड एंड थॉट्स आर पेरेंट्स. सो एज पर माय ओपिनियन की ये है. करेक्ट मी इफ आई एम रॉन्ग.
नो एक्चुअली क्या है ना, वी हैव टू इंटरप्रेट करेक्टली क्या करना है. स्वरूप आप ये कॉल पहली बार आ रहे हैं, आप कई बार आते हैं कॉल पे. Are you new to this Zoom call? Are you new?
हाँ, न्यू हूँ.
पहली बार आप आ रहे हैं?
जी, मैंने 1-2 कॉल्स अटेंड किए पर इंटरैक्ट फर्स्ट टाइम हो रही हूँ।
अब तो स्वरूपा, ये जो कृष्ण अर्जुन को कह रहा है, वो बात तो यही कह रहा है। क्या कह रहा है? कि मन चोर है, मन को शांत करो। मन को जो शांत नहीं करेगा, लेट मी गिव यू, अब पता नहीं आप कौन सी एनालॉजी दे रहे हो, मैं आपको एक एनालॉजी देता हूँ, ठीक है? कृष्ण अर्जुन से कहता है कि आप आपकी जिंदगी एक रथ के माफे रथ जैसे है, उसमें 5 घोड़े हैं। ये 5 घोड़े क्या है? ये 5 इंद्रियां हैं। आपने पढ़ा है, ये 5 इंद्रियां हैं। ये 5 इंद्रिय कौन पकड़ता है? लगाम, लगाम मन है। और उसका सारथी कौन है? सारथी जो मन जो लगाम पकड़ता है, वो है हमारा चित्त, वो है हमारी कॉन्शियसनेस। तो यू मस्ट ट्राई टू इंटरप्रेट इट इन द राइट वे। अगर हम मन को शांत नहीं करेंगे, चित्त में नहीं लाएंगे, तो ये 5 घोड़े जो इंद्रियां भाग भाग के हमें पागल कर देगा। तो वी हैव टू टेम द मंकी माइंड, वी हैव टू शांत करना है मन को और इंद्रियों को। बट अभी तो मुझे अपने आप को शांत करना है, बिकॉज टाइम हो गया। लोग बोलते हैं आप हमारे डिनर को बर्बाद कर रहे हैं, आप एक्सटेंड करते हैं टाइम, एक्सटेंड करते हैं। तो विथ फोल्डेड हैंड्स आई विल मीट यू टुमारो एट 8। आई बाउ डाउन टू यू।
थैंक यू।